Hi guys! As promised, I am doing a review about my two favorite plungers in the world, the Win&Win WK500 and the Beiter Berger button. As some of you may know, the Berger button was created by Norman Pint, but named by WK Berger in 1987 as a fine-tuning mechanism that helps compensate the archer's paradox. The spring on a plunger is adjusted to release a certain amount of power at the moment of the release so the arrow can leave the bow more centered. The spring or pressure button is there to compensate the arrow's flex that begins when the arrow is pushed by the string out of the bow. Good thing is when your plunger is adjusted, you won't need to readjust it unless you change pieces or setting on the rest of your bow. 80% of the Olympian archers use the Beiter plunger. So guys, this was the little history bit of my review. Now going into the serious stuff. The pros. So the reason I like both plungers is because they have really distinctive clicks. So when you adjust, you can follow the click. So this is the Win&Win. You can hear this click. And this is the Beiter. Different sounds, but anyways. I find it's a lot easier to do measured adjustment when you can stop on a click. I'd feel a lot more insecure about my tuning all the time if there was no click on my plunger. Something I really like about these two plungers that I haven't seen on other ones is that they have a scale, and that's really useful for adjustment. But I believe I prefer the Win&Win one a bit more because it has more mark lines on its adjustment scale, so it's a bit less of an headache to remember the position of your plunger after you finally tuned. But then again, each line on the Win&Win is 5 clicks, while each gap on the Beiter is 10 click. But a gap on the Beiter equals 2 lines on the Win&Win, so they're pretty equivalent on that one. They're a really small piece of equipment. Both are really space efficient, but I'd have to say the Win&Win's a bit smaller, as you can see right now. And it's a bit more rounder too, so you can put it in pretty much everything, while the Beiter has this little part here. Because of course, women love aesthetics. I would have to say that the Win&Win plunger has 5 on 5. It's really pretty, it's a nice product, well designed, and it has the perfect amount of shine. The finishing is neat. But then again, the Beiter is pretty cool too. It looks really cool, and it comes in more colors. Both plungers can be locked harder with provided tools than some plunger you need to lock by hand force. So by provided tools, I mean this is the key for the Beiter plunger. It's a plastic key which is pretty solid because I've done so much to it and it's still in great shape. And this is the Win&Win tool. So it's a little hook, rubberish hook. So with these you can lock your plunger harder on your bow. The cons, there's only one with the Win&Win, and I guess that's just me, but if you're like me and always do things up as tight as you can, then getting it undone, the plunger from your bow, may be difficult as the rubber washer on the knot makes it hold very tightly in the bow. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my fault. Also, there's less color choice with the Win&Win plunger, but the WK color should be harder to scratch and should hold its color for longer. However, those who look at my equipment, because I do my equipment up as tight as I can, when I went to remove my plunger, it scratched the locking nut, and it was fitted so tightly. The price are in the same range for both plunger, for the Berger and the WK500, being around 100 and 130, but the Win&Win tends to be $5 or $10 more expensive because it's a far more intricate design that takes more time and therefore more money to make. Since I live in such a perfect world, I will keep on using either plunger on my two main bows. If I had to buy a plunger right now, I couldn't really tell on which side I would go because both companies are extremely reliable. I have shot with the Berger button since I was 9 years old, so I feel safe using this one, but I know the Win&Win deserves just as much credit. It is really up to you guys, but these are personally my two favorite picks out of all the others out there. When you buy a plunger, please believe me when I say these last a lifetime, so don't go and spend money on a cheap one. I hope this really helped you discover more about our favorite sport. Have fun tuning, and remember to mark down and lock down your adjustment before leaving on a trip or before going anywhere. It's going to save you a lot of time and worries. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, like. If you want to say some comments, comment. And if you have any questions, I'm here for you. I can answer, or I will try my best. So I really hope you like my first ever review video, and have a good day.